everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really hope you're all doing okay and having a great day and an amazing week. My name is Effy and today we are starting a new project. In case you missed my first video of the year, I am starting a separate project pan, and that involves skincare, hair care, body care and a full face of makeup. If you're interested in seeing that video, I'll leave it linked in the description box down below so you can go and check it out. But in today's video, this is a completely different project. First of all, I have to say a big thank you to my friend Rose here on YouTube and Instagram. I will leave her linked in the description box as well, her YouTube and her Instagram. She is amazing at project panning, and when I messaged her at some point last year saying that I didn't know what project panning was but I really wanted to give it a go, she was so helpful. She sent me voice messages and everything. So if you like project panning, she knows everything, go and check her out, but a massive thank you to her. This project pan is a full year project pan. It's going to last the entire 12 months, and in it I will be trying to pan 5 eyeshadow palettes as much as possible. I've picked the 5. Hopefully they'll stay here the entire time. I feel like if I really start to dislike it, I'll swap it out, but I'm going to try my hardest to keep it to these 5 all year long. I've put some real thought into this. I've picked 5 palettes with relatively different colour schemes, so I have different choices to choose from, and hopefully I will hit pan on quite a few shades. Hopefully throughout this video I will be putting up some pictures of looks I've already done with these palettes. Some palettes I've done more looks with, other palettes I've done like barely any with, so I apologise for that. But how this is going to work is I'm going to be giving you updates every 3 months on the weight of the palette, how many times I've used it, and hopefully how many times I've used each shade, although that requires a lot of organisation and memory and I'm bad at that. But hopefully I can keep track of all those things, and obviously I'll be showing you the palettes every time so you can see how much progress I'm making. If you like project panning, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, and if you would also like to subscribe and support me, that would be great because I don't know what I'm doing and any help or guidance would be greatly appreciated. But other than that, I will get on to the video. I will be calling this project my palette pan, just so I can differentiate from the other one. So if the title is palette pan project, that's what it is. I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense, it's just how I've been separating them in my mind. The first palette in my project is the Wilderness palette by Beautybay. I love this palette. I got it this year, so I've not had much chance to use it. I will leave in the description box a link to the video where I tested this palette because that was a fun video and I really like the look I created. The starting weight for this palette is 241.41 grams, which is quite a lot because, like I said, I only got this year. I think I've only used it maybe 5 times or something like that. There's a lot of shades in here that I've not yet put on my eyes, so hopefully I'll get the chance to work with them. I love this palette already. It has a lot of greens. I like green on my eyes. It also has reds and blues, and it just gives me that option to go for the colourful looks. And I love the Beautybay formula. I've said before that from now on, when Beautybay come out with any of these palettes in this 20 pan format, I'm just going to pick them up. I have the Age of Opulence and the Sunset Horizons as well, and I love both of those. But this one is my current favourite, so I thought I would try and hit pan on some of the shades. As you can see, I'm starting with no pans in this palette, which is great. Fresh start, get to try and hit as many as possible. Palette number 2 is the Revolution X Tammi Tropical Carnival palette. This palette has a couple of pans already hitting it. These were all hit before I started my project pan. This used to be my go-to palette for rainbow looks, and now I just have other rainbow palettes in my collection that I reach for far more often, and I feel like that's a shame because I used to love this palette. I feel like I still do. I just don't reach for it, and I would like to carry on reaching for it. So I've put this in my project pan, so if I want to do a rainbow look, I can do a rainbow look. Also, I should say, just because these products are in my project pan does not mean this is all you're going to see on my channel from now on. I still like to test makeup, I still like to play with makeup. It's just you might see these a bit more often on my Instagram, and I'll be using them a bit more in everyday life. The starting weight for this palette is 214.54 grams, which again is a lot of products, but hopefully I can hit some more pans throughout the year. Palette number 3 is a much smaller palette. This is the I Heart Revolution Choc Orange Mini palette. I used to use this palette a lot for work, so unfortunately there's not many pictures of looks that I've done, but this is just such a great everyday palette. It's got pinky tones and brown tones, which are my everyday shades. It's got 2 shimmers in there, which is just enough. I used to use this to do my makeup on the train to work, which is great. But hopefully when I go back to working in an office, hopefully that'll happen at some point this year, and I start wearing makeup every day again, this will be what I reach for. The starting weight for this palette is 75.18 grams, and as you can see we are starting with no pans, but I feel like the pans on these are quite small, so I should be able to hit pan relatively quickly. My 4th palette is the Lois Cosmetics Rose Metals palette. This originally wasn't going to be in my project pan. I was going to include a different palette, but I used that other palette and it just didn't feel like the formula was as good as it used to be. I think the palette might be on its way out, which isn't great. So I swapped it out for this one. This one I actually bought this year. I bought it very recently this year and I've only used it once. So unfortunately I only have one picture to show you, and it was a Halloween look, so it's not even like a normal everyday look that I can show you. The reason why I've chosen to put this one in is because Lois announced at the end of last year that she will no longer be stocking it, and therefore it's no longer purchasable. So I thought if I can't use it as much on my YouTube or Instagram, I can at least reach for it in everyday life. It has those pinky purpley tones that I wear on a daily basis, so I can get a lot of use out of this. And just because Lois has stopped selling it doesn't mean I'm going to stop showing it, because Lois Cosmetics is an amazing brand. I have all of her palettes at the moment, so I can recommend the brand as a whole and be happy with it. And Lois did say that there might be a time and a place for a Rose Metals too, so I'm very happy I've got this and I will definitely get a lot of use out of it. The starting weight for this is 166.84 grams, there we go, and as you can see we have no pans, as I would hope, as I've only used it once. The final palette in this project will be the BH Cosmetics Summer in Tropez palette. This was a gift from a friend a few years ago for either Christmas or birthday. I do have a confession. I started this project pan a couple of days ago, but I've just taken a few days to film the video. The shade Villa, I hit pan on that after I started the project, so I'm counting it as a pan that I've hit during the project because I need the boost. But other than that, I have no pans in this palette. The starting weight is 154.28 grams, and I'm very excited to use this. These shimmers are some of the best shimmer formulas I have in my collection, so I'm very excited. I used to reach for this palette so much. It's actually what I have on my eyes right now, so hopefully I can reach for it a lot more this year, hit a few more pans, fall back in love with it, and then maybe I will allow myself to pick up some more palettes from this like 16 pan collection that BH have going on, because I really want to try more, but I can't bring myself to just buy them. Even though they're relatively cheap, I feel like I need to get a bit more use out of this one first. So there we go, that is my project pan. I hope you're as excited as I am. Like I said, one of them is actually on my eyes right now, and if you're interested I will leave everything that's on my face linked in the description box so you can check that out if you want. Let me know what you think of the choices I've made. I think they're relatively versatile enough. I've got enough choice in there. Also, the other project pan I'm doing has an eyeshadow palette in there too, so that also adds to it. So hopefully I can get a lot of use out of these and fall back in love with them and create some more amazing looks to show you in the next update. But other than that, if you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing. There is a lot of makeup content coming your way this year, and if you want to follow my project pans, also hit subscribe and let me know in the comment section that you will be watching, because honestly I need to be held accountable, and knowing that there is somebody watching me will help, so thank you if you do. But other than that, have a great day and an amazing week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!